One of the most amazing things about live streaming is about creating real-time interaction. With real-time interaction, you have also the trust factor, the confidence factor, and what if we can add a layer of e-commerce to this? Because we know when we go to an e-commerce, it's good to have someone that can answer to our questions to build this trust. So if we put together e-commerce and live streaming, live shopping will come. And today, in this episode of the Special Marketing Live Show, we will talk about this. So stay there. I'm here. I'm looking at you, so I know if you live, because we will be talking about this. Stay there because I'll be back. Hello, hello. Let's put some music here. Okay, I'm gonna check if you are dancing on that side. Okay, so today, be welcome to another episode of the Special Marketing Live Show. As usual, don't forget, if you have any questions, if you have any doubts, if you have any anxieties, please feel free to drop them in the chat box because we are here to reply to you. This will be an amazing episode where we will show you how live shopping can make a huge difference in your business. Also, don't forget, if you like this video, by the end, please feel free to hit the like button. I will be really thankful to you. Also, if you know someone that may like this conversation, share it, because I'm good doing this in Portuguese. In English, I need to come with a rhyme. Share with something. So also, take a look to the video description. You'll find there some links for my favorite tools. I will include as well a link, an affiliate link to try eStreamly. So try them, okay? Again, don't forget, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, share, do interact with us. Let me know, by the way, you can let me know where are you located, all these kinds of things. And we have Antoine there. So, without more delays, let me do this. So, from the other side, well, I think it's from the other side of the channel, we'll have this nice lady which will show us all the amazing features that you want to know about eStreamly, Laura Lashmar. Hello, Laura.
Hello, no pressure.
Sorry.
Great to be here.
Oh, thank you so much for accepting my invitation. This is one of my favorite topics by these days because I can't forget my background. I'm a marketing consultant, and one of the things I like to find to my customers is the best way to maximize their results. I believe that trust, confidence is one of the most amazing currencies that a company could deliver to the other side, to customers, about giving them the right ways to decide, the right ways to buy from us. So live shopping, in my opinion, it's an amazing tool, an amazing way to do this. So it's a pleasure to have you, Laura, and also eStreamly again. So if you don't mind, Laura, while I correct my headline, shame on me, please introduce yourself and talk a little bit about eStreamly, and we will start the conversation after.
So yeah, I'm Laura. I run marketing here at eStreamly. And as a company, we really firmly believe that video is going to be increasingly powerful in how we bring the consumer to a point of sale. That no longer do people just want to go through a static website that's just images and gives them no context, gives them no entertainment. And that's why we think live shopping is a really important part of that. That actually, when you bring that entertainment piece in, and then in a world with AI, when people aren't necessarily trusting the images they see, if you can demonstrate your product on the screen and purchase it at the same time, you're not losing people trying to find, oh, what was the company called again? What was I doing? Your kid walks in and you get distracted. You forget if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or any of those other places. And if you start Googling, well, if you're doing it by affiliate links, you're going to lose that link. You've got the sale, but you're going to lose that link and that sale for you, not for
Mm-hmm.
the company. But also, if people are Googling it, they may find 101 different options. And we all know we're overloaded 95% of the time, even 99% of the time. And I want things to be as easy as possible. And I know I'm not alone.
Awesome. Yes, it is. And I want to start the conversation with not with the usual question
Hmm.
because, and I'm kind of getting more, how can I say, aware of this, and I like to discuss this topic increasingly more, which is, how can I say, telling people probably this product is not the right for you.
Hmm.
Okay, and I like to mention this as me as a consultant, as a professional. People be aware that I'm a good fit to work with them or not. But I think this works properly with your tool because it's real
Yep.
time interaction. And
Yep.
I remember this back to my Amazon, golden Amazon Live days, where sometimes I people approached me while I was live asking me about a product, and I had to be honest, of course, telling maybe this solution it's not the best one for you.
Yep.
I think it's how can I say, if we can wait to different approaches, telling people maybe this is not the right for you could be a better trust builder than, oh, this is nice, buy it. You will never know.
Yeah. 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 It's like trying to sell me a skateboard. It's not ever going to be right for me. So in terms of eStreamly, who's it right for? Who's it wrong for? If you are fresh out the gates and you've never done live streaming before, you have never experienced this world, we are not right for you. We would really recommend that you start on Instagram, on YouTube, those free tools that help you discover if you have a voice. It's not for everyone. If you have an audience, you need to have an audience to make these things work. And once you've built that audience, we're a great tool to come to. So we have some kind of parameters around that, and they are a bit flexible. So I'm going to give you them, but they're not kind of definitely structured. So we like you to have around 5,000 followers. That's a really good starting point.
Mhm.
So you've got an audience there. Now, if you're in a really niche industry, that might be the wrong number, because actually we work with some people that are in like airsoft and things like that they've got a really strong community, but it's not a huge community.
Mhm.
So numbers are just one of the tools. So it's the strength of your community. So a follower count of 5,000 can be a good starting point, but also it's, are people communicating with you? Have you got a structure in place? Are you going live regularly? If you do it once and then it's like, well, you've got to be committing to using us for a period of time to get your benefit from it. We say it's going to take about 6 months from when you start to when you're really beginning to be in a rhythm with it and seeing a return. And that's with going live regularly. So have you got the bandwidth to put in for 6 months, like being realistic of actually, am I going to commit to this, or is this, just going to be try for 3 times and then leave it? You're not going to get the benefit of our tool or any other tools out there. These things, I think, stand across all the different tools that you can try. So if you are considering it, I would very much say start with the free stuff, see if you can commit to it, and see if you've got a community there with you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then you were talking, and there's some analogies to other kind of, how can I say, content. I like to talk about content creation gear,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the things, and probably this could relate with you as well, Laura, is that sometimes people start thinking about, for instance, getting fancy microphones like this one that I have, an amazing camera,
Mm-hmm.
awesome lights, whatever, and then go in front of they stay in front of the camera. It's hard for them to hit the go live button, or once they go hit the button, they have a awkward feeling. They don't feel comfortable,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
after that, everything falls apart. Because there's another thing when we have high priced gear, high priced
Mm-hmm.
technical things, the expectations, they will rise. And when you are a newbie, the outcome, it's a newbie outcome.
Yep.
Okay, so
Yep.
starting with
Yeah.
professional level, when you have newbie
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
skills,
It's not
could
worth
be
it.
could be awkward. Yes,
Yeah, it's not worth it. And actually, it's building those tools in, because actually, you know, a lot of those tools take a lot of skill, and it's
yeah,
layering
absolutely,
those
yes,
different skills
yes,
as you
yeah,
go through.
absolutely, yes,
And I'm a strong believer in, actually, your phone can be fantastic, and you can go from there, but you can achieve an awful lot with your phone. But it is knowing, like you say, whether you like it, whether you are comfortable in that space. And, like, being brutally honest, there aren't many people I will sit and listen to. So why does someone want to sit and listen to you? Why are you asking someone to give up their time that's important to them? And are you going to be able to match that moment? And it's a skill that you've got to develop.
absolutely, yes, absolutely. And I talk by myself, even though I'm a kind of a stage guy, a stage animal. I look back to my first videos and looking right now, and you can tell a huge difference.
Mhm.
So before going, it's like in every
Yeah,
other
yeah, yeah.
areas. You don't start Formula One by running a Formula One car. that's as simple as that.
Last weekend it was a little bit dodgy with the race. Some of them didn't manage too well, but yeah, no, no, you've got to build up to it and learn from other people and learn from the things that really count. And like you say, you can get really distracted with expensive microphones, expensive cameras, and actually those things cannot make up for a lack of experience and a lack of knowledge of your audience.
Absolutely, yes. And we have Phil Hill talking about audience. Hello, Marco, and special guest from Wisconsin, USA. Hello. Let me know if you have any questions about the topic. Laura, so after this, so we started our journey on Facebook, Instagram, you name it, and it's time to give the next step.
Yeah,
Going
yeah,
in the
you're getting the
next step.
signals where
Yeah,
you've got an audience, and you've got an audience that wants to listen to you. And the really important thing at that point is to bring them into a relationship with you, so they know who you are and you have some control over that audience. Because ultimately, if you are only using other people's land, like Instagram, like YouTube, you're at risk of your account being taken over, of TikTok shut down for a day. All of these things
yeah, yeah, yeah,
happen,
absolutely.
and they are great tools, and we do tell people to use them, but you've just got to be aware that it comes with a risk that you can lose that land. So actually having this relationship, so they know, Oh, it's Laura, it's eStreamly. I know where eStreamly is. These things are really important as you build your your business. So
Absolutely.
when you get to that point where you've got your audience, you've got your community, you know your commitment to it, and that can be a brand that's just coming in, and you've started with content on social media and then you build up your brand, or it can be an affiliate type thing, but you want that control over that space, which is where tools like eStreamly come in really useful. So we're able to stream to your website, but also to YouTube, to Instagram, to other places where you can put RTMP keys. That's where we become a really useful place, and that also we're able to message your audience. So if you've got people that are subscribing, so you're beginning to create more of a relationship between you as the live streamer and your audience, rather than it being just through YouTube or Instagram.
Absolutely. And there's, besides the strategical side of this, which is you don't own Facebook or Instagram, you can get banned. They could go, they could disappear. Just
Mm-hmm.
that. There's also the tactical side, which is, for instance, you are and I believe that this happened to everybody. I'm watching a live show on Facebook, Instagram, and there's a notification telling that your friend just got married or
Yeah, yeah,
proposed or whatever, and suddenly people will go, "Let me take a look to see what's happening here," and okay, we lost the
yeah, yeah,
the viewer.
totally. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And besides, I believe that when we talk about conversion, and we should, okay, because if we have a business, we need to talk about
Mm-hmm.
conversion.
Mm-hmm.
If we have too much friction, this won't work as well. And the thing is, you are here. Okay, so do you like this cell phone? Okay, let me know where your name, where you live, and blah blah blah. And suddenly, the person will go away as well. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
if you provide, okay, I'm showing you this right now. You have, just look under, and you have the link to buy it right away.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's crucial. And increasingly, you know, we are expecting shorter and shorter and easier journeys to purchase. So, yeah, like you say, you want to be able to watch something, to look at it, to know that you can purchase it on the video, but also that it's a safe place to purchase. Can you do Apple
Absolutely,
Pay?
yes.
Like little things like that, that actually help create that trust in that moment.
Absolutely. And this is crucial. And don't forget this, which is important. If live streaming, it's an amazing way to create this trust, this confidence, everything, to kind of put your audience in a warm context, so they will be sure that it's the right thing they need. Actually, it's also important to understand, if you don't take advantage in a good way, I'm not
Mhm.
telling to manipulate people.
No, no, no. But you've given them the education and the information they need, and they're making an informed decision at the point of
Absolutely.
sale. Yeah, yeah.
Because at the same time, if there's too much fiction to buy, even though, oh, people will say, I will take a look later.
Hmm.
When the process includes lots of steps and lots of work to do, we know, and we should not forget this. Before we were business owners, we were customers. I don't
Hmm.
think that someone was a business owner before being a customer. And think about this. How do we, most of the times, how do we proceed? How do we work with this? So if we have all the information, we think, okay, this is the right product for me, but it's not easy to purchase it, or let me live to the next day or whatever.
Hmm. Hmm.
Probably this will go away. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why
yeah.
I
But
think it's so
also,
important.
yeah, and I think as well, this is another place where using tools like ours can come in really useful in terms of people that come to the live after they finished, in terms of taking that content and reusing it to the rest of your audience who maybe weren't able to come and see it at the time. That you can put it in email, that you've got a specific group who are really into the new Samsung phone drop, and that you've got that segment that are really into that kind of thing, and that you've had an interesting conversation, then you can share that information with them and make double use of actually your time. Because I'm a really big believer in terms of marketing that you make as much of each piece as you can, because although I might be bored of it, I've edited it, I've watched it a million times, I've done other things, the majority of your audience may have looked at 2 seconds, if you're
Yeah.
lucky. So actually making that go a long way, and actually really sharing that with people. But that also comes down to your information being valuable and useful, and that's where you've honed your craft, because you've developed your audience, you've developed that relationship with them, so what the information they need to make that informed decision, and that they then come to a good place to be able to make that decision. And especially if you're talking more expensive items,
Yep,
you know,
absolutely.
it's going to take much more than if it's, a couple of dollars. Then, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I don't really care. I can get that wrong.
Yeah.
But my next phone choice, that's going to be a much bigger
Yes.
decision. And that, your live may not have as many sales as you want on it, but that you can get sales afterwards by sharing that content and giving people the place to go back to it and have that second thought, third thought, oh, okay, is it going to be, how is the camera? How is the audio on it? And you've gone through those things during the live. You've got that educational content in there, builds that trust for the next time you do a live as well. That if you are regularly going live and you've built that trust and you're showing people where to get things from, and that, they know, oh, okay, Marco isn't going to convince me to do something I don't want to do, but he gives me that information, then actually I'm going to trust him to take maybe a bigger leap the next time. Which is partly why we say it takes, a good 6 months to build through this, because me as the audience member has to trust that you as the presenter have my best interests at heart, which is a very difficult balance to get.
Absolutely. And I was thinking while you were talking about this this situation about also how can I say, put all the coins on social media. There's another risk, and I want you to cover this, which is, and we know that the reach, it's decreasing crazily.
Yep.
We know that, I don't know, by these days 1% of my following it's seeing my
it's
things.
ridiculous. Yep.
Even though, for instance, you can say set a notification so we can get notified when I'm live, whatever. We should rely on the. There was someone who called it the Rolling Stone of the digital marketing, which is email marketing, because, as you said, email still the Rolling Stone, because some people, they want to kill it, but the thing is, it's alive more than ever, I believe.
I was going to say it's the cockroach, but maybe that's not the fair thing to say. It'll still be there after everything else.
Yeah, absolutely. We know, for instance, we can make a post on Facebook or Instagram promoting. So tonight, tomorrow evening, we will be doing this live shopping session. Stay tuned, whatever. But meanwhile, we forget. But if we, or we don't see it, which
I was going to say,
even
we're
worse.
We're lucky if it's been seen and forgotten.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've done well.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So if we have the emails from our audience, from our customers, because we should think about this as well. If we are a kind of offline and online business, we should have a way to ask, legally the emails
Mhm.
from our customers.
Yep.
Okay, and so we will be doing a live show tomorrow. Um, what at a given hour, so we can send an email. Look, we will have this live
Yep.
shopping event.
Yep.
Hit here to reserve your to save your seat. These kind of things. 1 hour before, don't forget today. It's the day that you will
Mhm.
have
Mhm.
this live event. If you missed, the next day you will get a link so you can watch
Yep.
it.
Yep.
By these days, it's impossible to do this on social media.
Yeah, yeah. No, it absolutely is. And that's why we have the system that we have where with eStreamly, you get a subscribe notification, which gets email and SMS.
Oh,
So you
awesome.
can add, you can craft your emails with your upcoming events, and you can paste in a strip of code, which basically is a countdown to the live. Then that code becomes the live, and it stays as that one link. So maybe they go back to an old email, maybe they go to the one on the day. It doesn't really matter. That link still works wherever you are, and it works according to the age of the link. Also, with the SMS system, we can send a text, 5 minutes before, Laura's going live, join in here. Because, like you say, life is busy, and my life is not going to be anybody's priority other than mine. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
actually, it's just, Marco's busy. Like you're in the car, you've gone to the store, you've done all these things, and you wanted to watch my live, but you've forgotten about it because you're living your life. Getting a text is a really helpful way to know that you're there, and it helps build your audience. Also, we have share functionality so that you can encourage people to share with their friends, which is where, if you've got great content, people do want to watch great content and they do want to know what's going on. So that having that ability to share content with people is really important.
Yes, it is, because we know that's the way some, and coincidentally, yes, it was yesterday. I was in a session, training session with my students, and I mentioned the importance about recommendations.
Mhm,
I was talking about the inbound process, and lately the last step it's from customer to become an ambassador, or
mhm, mhm.
and there's two things about this. One, you don't recommend because this will hurt your reputation, something that you don't trust on,
Yep.
and in the other side, you will trust more in a recommendation from a friend, from someone you know, that
Mhm,
from someone that is knowledgeable about the thing, than from an advertisement, for instance.
mhm.
Okay, so this kind of dynamics of sharing, it's really important. And besides, we like to, and I'm sure that you this happened to you as well. I like to call it the after vacations effect. When you go to somewhere where it exceeded your expectations, and once you get again to your to your house, or to your uh, village, town, whatever. You are talking over and over again about the place, the hotel. Oh, they were so
Mhm, mhm,
nice.
mhm,
And
mhm,
then I went to that restaurant.
mhm.
They were kind. The food was, oh my God, and it has that view. So we like to be seen also as an expert about, and a source of
Yeah.
recommendations and information. So having this opportunity, it's also good, right?
Yeah, 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 absolutely. Absolutely. And I do think another part of that, that the thing that you like to share about places actually hinges on the personality of the people first. So you can go somewhere with amazing food, but if they serve you terribly and they're not very nice and it's cold, you're not going to share it. Even if the food's amazing, it's not a wonderful experience. And I think the same with the live stream. It is making, your product is one half of it, and the other half of it is the experience you give people. And
Absolutely.
that's about the warmth you're able to project, and the way you interact with your audience, and that's always going to be different according to your audience, but it is that community you build, and also that ease that you respect your audience, and this is the really easy way to watch me, the easy way to share the live that I've got, the easy way to engage with me, the easy way to chat with me. So tools like eStreamly, we're able to merge chat that comes in. So if someone's watching on Instagram and someone else is on YouTube, you can see all the chat that's coming in. So it's oh, look, here's Kim, and she's asking about the different colors that are available. Great question. I also love the red, whatever it is. But it's being able to engage with people and make them feel valued in that space. And I think it is really important to be able to see those things and value people and bring that warmth that's about respecting your viewer, whoever or however many there are. And I think it's not getting too hung up on the massive numbers and actually valuing the actions. And it's a really hard one to do, because the large numbers are really, they inflate your head.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. The ego. They're
Yeah,
food
yeah,
for the ego.
we all love that. But
Absolutely, yes.
the community that someone's willing to comment, well, that means there's probably about 20 people that were thinking something, but that one person was willing to comment, and that's a huge deal.
Absolutely, yes. And I talk about this lots of times, which is when you create, because there's a work we should do as hosts, creating the right environment for
Mm-hmm.
people to interact,
Mm-hmm.
because it's where the gold is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
When you address someone's question, they will feel, as you said, they will feel important, they will feel heard. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
And also you're giving the chance for them to express, okay, maybe, and we can include a critic in a good way,
Mm-hmm.
which is, they could be, okay, for instance, let's talk about shirts. I like that shirt, but I want with a different cut. Or you have red, blue, and white, and I would love to have the orange or the green. So
Yep.
this
Yep.
is telling you maybe there's a business opportunity with the green as well, or with the orange.
Yep. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's the interaction. It's gold because of this as well, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Understanding your audience more is really important. Even if you get no sales from it, you are understanding something really important, that you haven't got your product right, or you haven't got your audience right. One of those two things is happening in that moment, or that, you've not convinced them of, you've not been able to demonstrate what it is that they're looking for. You're not filled that hole of that they need filled before they're willing to make that purchase. Everything is telling you something, and you are gaining things. You've just got to be willing to listen, which
Absolutely, yes,
it's not always
yes,
easy. And I think we could all hold our hands up and say it's not
yeah, yeah.
always easy.
And the thing is, and again, I like to say that live streaming, it's probably, well, it's not probably, it is for sure the most risky content format, because
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of being there at the circus, on the top of the roof, going from one side to another without the safety net,
Mm-hmm.
because we never know what may happen. But this kind of vulnerability, it's something that I believe that the audience will appreciate, will understand.
Yep.
Also, and sometimes I see people while they are live getting frustrated, and because things they are not going the right way. Usually I laugh when this happens, because this is life happening. I think
Mm-hmm.
this
Mm-hmm.
this is not, how can I say, harmful, because it's
Yeah.
just a live show. It's not our life
Yeah.
hanging
Yeah.
there.
It's authentic. It's authentic to the moment. And I think it is really
Absolutely.
important, like I was saying, at the beginning, with AI content. And I think AI content has got a huge part to play in the shopping funnel, in how people engage with things, how brands can make more content because content is expensive to make, and this can
Absolutely.
really help all of those things. But I think the one thing that live has is that trust piece, that actually, we know that user generated content drives sales. Well, going live is like doing that on steroids in many respects. You're playing with the thing live, and can you make it work how you thought you were going to make it? Something falls off, or these things happen. And so
Yeah.
it's how you respond in that moment. And I think, going back to the very early statement I made, that that's why you try this in very low cost ways, to see how comfortable you are in your space, and
Absolutely.
how you then respond to those moments, and how you grow in confidence. It's just the same as presenting to an audience, and the more times you present, the better you become at it, the better you're able to not freak out at the
Absolutely.
moment
Yes. Yes.
of, well, gosh, there's people looking at me. And the more times you handle something going wrong, the more comfortable you become in that space of, oh, it's okay. I can say, oh, the fire alarm's going off. I don't think it's a real fire, but I may have to leave in a second. These things happen, and people relate to it. And like you say, it brings that vulnerability in, and people like that because that's real. And that's
Absolutely. Yes.
what most people want, is a real relationship with someone. And so, knowing that, okay, Laura's there, she's, you know, trying this thing out, and she's willing to fail on screen, is huge.
Yeah. I don't think I'm willing. I'm open to that.
Yeah.
I leave it on the table. I doesn't mean I'm gonna eat that thing, but at least it's on the
Yeah,
table.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
something that could happen.
yeah.
Like me, I'm coughing right now. But we should think about this as well. And let me know if you are on the same page as I do. For instance, one of the things I like to do about restaurants, it's watching the reviews. I go to Google TripAdvisor, and I like to read the reviews to understand if there's a pattern there. Or
Mhm.
and there's a specific one here in the north of Portugal that usually it has, how can I say, it has a kind of a too polarized. Oh my god. This is another thing about being live. It's your brain translating in real time from Portuguese to English.
Yeah, it's super impressive. Cool.
So there's this thing, they and this is in that specific case, it's the
Mhm.
thing. You can see lots of 5 stars reviews, but you see in the same dimension 1 or 2 stars ratings.
Mhm.
But the thing is, usually when they get bad reviews, they reply in a rude way. And the thing is, this is my thought, and this I think this could be replicated to live streaming as well, which is, if that person replies so badly, or has this bad mood, or gets so frustrated while he's live and he's representing the brand, how would they deal with me if there's a bad situation happening? A product not
Mhm.
according to what I
Mhm.
bought, a warranty situation. Probably they won't be nice with me.
Mhm. Yeah, and I think it's you need to know your brand, and you need to know who you are. So going back on that restaurant, I think there's so I am from England, and there was a cafe near us, and it was well known for being rude. Everywhere you looked, it had signs saying, if you touch this, you have children, we don't like children, you keep them quiet or we're throwing you out. Everything had signs everywhere. And it was just well known for being rude. And it was really popular because it was rude, you know? So you can, that, if that is your brand, you can carry that and people will watch that. Now, they're not going to be kind to you, but they
Yeah.
are there for the insults. I think, yeah, is it Wendy's
Yeah.
that does that? They troll people online, you know. So you can, if that is who you are, you can make something from it, but you need to know who you are. Now, if you're going for a high-end dining experience, you can't be that rude, nasty. You know, you need to have an elevated, you can be dismissive, but rude you can't be, you know? And I think it's really understanding your brand and how you're going to deal with people and deal with those things. And, you know, I'm a crier. You know, I'm not going to be the person that's going to be yelling at you. So I can't create that brand and pretend to be that. It's got to be an authentic response to you, and to know, like you, the start of the conversation about who are you not for, and actually, you know, you're if you're gonna if you're getting 5 stars and 1 stars, and you're getting these huge
Gap.
gulf, then actually you're not targeting very well, because
Absolutely.
you're reacting to those 1 stars in a very defensive way. It's not proactive. It's not what your brand is. So your problem is your messaging, and you're getting the wrong audience in.
Absolutely. Yep. So, with all this said, can we take a look to the backstage of eStreamly so people can get familiar with what they can do there and all the features? Can I bring the screen?
We're talking about failing live and being happy with failing, and now we're going to have a little live demo.
Don't worry, Laura. I like to mention this all the time. There's one thing that I named it as doing a Charlie Chaplin thing, which is starting or doing a live show with the microphone off. And I made it a lot. Like, I'm talking blah, 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 blah. And suddenly, after 20 minutes, someone in the chat, you have no audio. So,
It's amazing.
but, sorry. One of the most amazing situations was a platform, a live streaming platform, not StreamYard. This was back to the COVID thing in 2020, everything, and this live streaming thing exploded, and platforms, they were trying to do their best, but the thing is, there were some glitches, some issues. Okay, I'm not complaining, that's how it is. And so I was having a guest, and at some point my image froze. I was in a let me see if I can do this. Something like this, okay? But I was in the small square, and I got froze with me like this. And I couldn't stop laughing. And you saw that frost image laughing without moving. So I'm okay with all the live streaming failure. So let's bring the backstage from eStreamly. So this is what we can do.
Yep.
Guide us, Laura.
Okay. So this is backstage, and I've done it that I think it's really important around the planning. So if you're going to use a tool like us, you need to be planning when you're going live, which means creating your upcoming events and being able to see them and knowing what you're going to be selling in them. So this is where you'd come to create an event. So you would want an image that you're going to, you could have it with your date on it, so people know when they see the image, that's when you're going to be going live. Or you could have like a little reel in there. Obvious stuff, event name, event description. The interesting thing here that I wanted to point out is the Instagram campaign. One of the things that we have with eStreamly is that you're able to bring your audience from Instagram to your show with your products organically. So we do this by asking people to DM, not DM, to drop a word in the comments. So it could be shop. And when they drop that word shop, they will get a DM with a link to your live. So you can start that early and say pre-register, drop the link shop in the comments, and they will get a link to the live.
Awesome. Just one question, Laura, because I believe is a nice. This is interesting to talk about. Do you have any recommendations about, because it's the first live show I'm gonna do? How can I know that how to pick the right day and hour to do it?
So there isn't any one right time. It depends on what your audience is. So if you are talking to mums, young mums, then you probably want to go for a weekday night after the kids have gone to bed, but not too late. If you are talking to professionals and you're wanting to do something that's more a kind of webinar type of thing, then it probably wants to be during the weekday. If you're talking to, I don't know, you're doing some kind of F1 follow-up, probably after a race is finished, understanding your audience and when to do it, but then also bringing that into having some kind of regular schedule that they're going to understand and that it repeats. So, which is why I think it's really important to put that time into planning it and to creating your upcoming events.
Yeah, that's the point. Because this could be tricky, and you can think, okay, I'm available. Let me look at my agenda, so I'm free this time. So let me do that right now. I will do it right now. So this is important. For instance, you can ask, you can set, and there's lots of, for instance, you have the poll feature on LinkedIn, so you can ask your audience. This is a nice way. So, but the thing is, avoid guessworking on this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you will get no one watching the live show, and it will be for sure really frustrating.
Absolutely. It goes back to respecting your audience, and the more you understand them, the more chance you've got of success. But also, I think within that, it's a little bit of experimenting.
Absolutely, yes.
So
Absolutely,
it's,
yes.
you'll find that maybe Tuesdays is a great night, and you knew that it was a night, but you didn't know which night it was. And maybe 7:30 is way better than 8:30. There's a little bit within that you can play with.
Absolutely.
Okay. So once you've got your event set up, you're then able to add your products in there. So we call it manage interactivity. So you can choose a product. So if you've got your e-commerce linked directly into eStreamly, then we can just pick from your product catalog. What that means practically for you in terms of your IT team is that the e-commerce stays within your ecosystem. So that purchase is going on your site. It's knowing how many of your products are there. So if you have 5 today and none tomorrow, our system shows that too. So you're not ending up with people trying to buy things that aren't there or not able to buy things that are there.
Absolutely. Can you tell us which platforms are accepted or you can work with eStreamly, like Shopify or so?
Yeah, we work with Shopify, we work with BigCommerce, we work with Magento, we work with Salesforce. We are able to work with others. We just have to make a bit of custom code to work with if we haven't already got that custom code in there. But yeah, awesome. We are open to pretty much all. We've yet to have one that we can't, but I'm never saying never. So you never quite know. The second one is affiliate links. So if you're working with affiliate partners or you are an affiliate partner, we can work with that. So it works slightly differently in terms of we do an upload of the product catalog and the things that you're selling through your affiliate links. So that affiliate link remains intact. So the sales go back to you from that, but we're not plugging into their e-commerce system. The sale goes
Okay.
through that affiliate link.
Let's do a pause here because I believe there's some juicy things here to talk about. And this because this is interesting because some people they don't own products or services, but they are. Let's talk about myself. I have affiliates link for I don't know maybe 10 softwares. So, and if this is your case, instead of doing a live show about I don't know something and then okay you can take a look at the links I have and whatever, you can make a live show where you showcase your favorite softwares like okay yeah, I like this one, you can do this, you have the link there so you can take a look.
Yeah.
So instead of talking about products, shoes, shirts, whatever, you can talk about your favorite softwares,
Yep.
and this will be more effective in both ways, which is you will be able to provide more information, more value, and also for those people watching you, will be easier for them to buy from you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, it just works by a spreadsheet upload that we can scrape your content if it needs be. And yeah, it's got the image and it's got information on there that the viewer can look at whilst they're watching the video. They won't be able to check out on the video because the e-commerce is not owned by you. If
Okay,
it's
got
your
it.
e-commerce, you can check out on the video. It's
Awesome.
so that would be the slight difference. With the products, if you own the e-commerce, you can choose where the checkout happens.
Okay, awesome.
So then we've got call to action links, questions and answers, the subscribe, which I was talking about earlier, which is getting people's they're given their permission for their emails and their SMS, that really important stuff. And then information, if you have, information that you want to share with your audience that you think is really important.
Awesome.
So let's just, all right, we'll put a body gym in. Okay. We could put other items. So you just scroll through is how it works. So you're able to see what you've got. This is this is our demonstration area. So this would be a very strange shop if you walked into it.
Okay, let me ask you two questions. One, how many can we put in a carousel? And two, if I have to ask you how many products maximum we should talk about in a live show?
So you can put in as many as you want. I wouldn't suggest doing that. I think that you need to not overwhelm your audience. What I would suggest you do is that you have, depending on the length of live that you're planning on doing, let's say it's a 30-minute live, doing 15 products is a lot.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
So, I would sort of go 5 to 10, but also with our system, let's say we're doing this live and the person, whilst they're talking, you're having a conversation with the audience and actually another product keeps on coming up. You can add that in during the live, but it's just not overwhelming the viewer when they first come with so many products. I think, we all know what it's like to go in somewhere into a store that's badly laid out. And this is no different to that.
Absolutely, yes.
You're creating a store. So, thinking carefully about what products you're highlighting. So yeah, I would say 5 to 10, depending on the length of your live and what you're talking about. And
Yeah, absolutely.
how you're going to go through it.
Yeah, because for instance, if I'm talking about a pen, is different than talking about a cell phone, for instance. The
Absolutely.
complexity it's different as well.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
consider all these situations.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. 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 And how many, like you say, if you're talking about a pen, I might buy 6 pens on a live and a couple of pads because that's totally normal shopping behavior. I'm not buying 6 phones.
Absolutely, yes.
So yeah. So then the last thing I just wanted to show is on the side we've got distribution. So you can add it into your website now. When you set up with us, if you were doing you were coming to us for lives, we would automatically suggest, and most of our customers do this, that you create a page on your site that's for lives. So when you've done that, you're not going to have to do anything else in terms of embedding it into your website. That code's already in place. So it will automatically update with your upcoming lives, and you can choose how that goes. But a lot of people choose to have their upcoming lives and then their previous lives on the page too. So that would automatically populate. You might decide that for this month, you want to put it somewhere else in your website. So you can grab the code from here. So it's a really easy way to grab your embed code to add it into your website.
Awesome.
The other thing is, as we were talking about email, is that you can grab the code to put into your email too. So you can decide what kind of player you want, the size, the position. If you've got tracking on there, you can add your tracking.
Oh, nice.
Your start time, if you're sharing a live, we recommend that you delay your start, because most lives you kind of start with, oh yeah, we're just waiting for people to come into the room, oh nice to meet it's not the interesting content. So you can decide when you want the live, your live to start. If you That isn't relevant if you're sending people information to an upcoming live, and then you can copy that email code, and then you can put that into your email. If you're using like a HubSpot or a MailChimp or something like that, you grab something, the HTML code box, and put that in, and then that goes into your email. It doesn't affect your email size negatively because it goes in essentially as a GIF.
Okay.
So when you click on it, it opens up, but the email stays well within the email size limits.
Awesome.
So yeah, I think that's a good few things just to look at. If anybody wanted to, we can do demonstrations more fully than that, but it's a lot to go through
Yeah,
with my.
absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. So the best way is, and I'm gonna once the live show it's over, I will put the affiliate link. So if you buy from there, I'll get a small commission. But you can take a look, and then you can talk with Laura or someone else from eStreamly team to know a little bit, because there's always this thing. I don't like to cover everything because we should have some hidden things for you to uncover.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's just a lot, and it's great. And there are so many
Yeah.
different pieces, and every business is unique and every need is different. And so hopefully I've given people a bit of a flavor of what you could do with, going beyond Instagram and Facebook as your only space to be, and what questions to ask and what to think about in terms of building out each individual business and making it more successful each of those lives.
Awesome. Let me ask you this. If you don't know, this will be homework for you. Because I was thinking I have this Substack uh, platform where I have two publications. I was wondering if I was able to do there a live show. I think I can use embed code there. So this could be a nice place for me to talk about my affiliate links. Do you think that would work?
I think I don't know for sure. So I think it can work with the RTMP keys. I don't know how you will get them from Substack to the player. So I don't know that kind of
Yeah, I got it. Got got
space.
got 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 the problem because I can create, for instance, I can create a live show in advance. So I can schedule a live show on Substack, but this will provide me the page, but I can't work there with embed code. So I
Yeah,
need to figure it out.
yeah. I'll have a look as well, and I will get back to you on that
Okay,
one
this is
because
this is the challenge.
it's a constant challenge. It's a
Weekly
constant challenge.
challenge.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. We're always looking at what we need to do to change, and social media changes all the time. Consumer behavior changes all the time. So that is part of who we are, is trying to stay up with some of that, and where is the places to put that investment and to see where people are going and where the audiences are.
Yeah, and I don't know if you have the same feeling. I'm having this feeling, and this is kind of somehow increased by one thing. I've been noticing the increase number of Portuguese speaking language users on Substack.
Okay.
So I believe that it starts to get some traction with, and of course, when we talk about more Portuguese speaking, more English speaking or Spanish speaking people, they are finding this, and also Substack, it's bringing a lot of features, amazing features. So I believe it could be something that I really need to think about, because this is something that I want to do, because on my video descriptions I tend to have there some affiliate links of my favorite tools. So instead of having there just the links, and people will tell, okay, I know StreamYard, I know this tool, so I'm confident to buy from there. But if I can create a live show where I uncover and I talk about all the products there, instead of having 10 affiliate links on my videos, I can have just one. Watch this video, and you can get
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
my recommendations. I think it's best way to make things. So I'm
Yeah.
going to think about,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
also for,
Yeah, I mean, I do think social media sites are changing. You've got the long form spaces like Substack, like Medium, like Reddit, where you've got much more content and much deeper content. And then you've got Instagram is very much that short form hook space,
yeah, absolutely, yes,
and TikTok.
yep,
And I think we're going to see growth in both of those, but that style is going to be very different. And you're going to have very different audiences on those two. Whereas I think that's been much more kind of blanket, and you've had those social media platforms that, where you can just put one thing in, it goes across all of those spaces. And I don't think that's going to be as doable anymore. And I think it's going to be an interesting space where you've got that long form relational content, and then
yeah,
that
yeah, yes,
short form.
absolutely,
It's
absolutely.
enjoyable. It's absolutely enjoyable, but it's less relational.
Absolutely, and I don't think, like lots of people, that there's a type of content fighting against the other and killing again because there's something killing something else and whatever. I don't think about it most of the time. For instance, lots of people, blog is dead, blah 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 blah, and we take a look at Substack and then talk. We can talk again. That's a good way to understand that blogging it's alive and plenty of energy. So, Laura, I won't leave you before leave, leaving your favorite. So let's do this. This is the moment when I ask my guests to talk about their favorites. I didn't mention this in the pre-recording or live meeting. Shame on me, blah blah blah. But this was a section I used to have in this live show. At some point, I left it there. I left it in standby, but I decided to bring it back. So it's time to share one favorite book, movie, TV show, a habit, which should be healthy and legal,
Oh dear. Okay. Okay.
and a tool. Okay, let's start. A book.
Okay. So it's a book I haven't read for a long time, but if I was going to recommend one book, it's The Secret Life of Bees. I've recommended it to a lot of people. Don't ask me who the author is. It is a famous book. Every person I've recommended it to has enjoyed it. And so I always think that's a good thing. If everybody enjoys the book, they get something different from it. So The Secret Life of Bees would be the top book.
A movie.
Movie. So my all-time favorite is The Royal Tenenbaums. And I think the last one that stayed with me was Conclave.
Never. I need to watch that one.
Yeah, it's the one where they choose the new pope.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the movie was released few months ago or weeks ago before Francis passed away. Creepy.
I know.
We have the book, we have the movie.
Okay,
we need the TV
show. I'm going to put a plug in for Stumble. So Stumble. So it is a comedy show, and a couple of years ago there was a fly in the wall documentary about a cheer group. This is a parody of that, and it's amazing and it's really funny. And they've done one series, and the more people that watch it, the better, because then they might get a second series. And I really enjoyed Stumble.
Okay, I think on in yours, having in mind that you're English, it's pretty easy to recommend a TV show because, and when we talk about comedy, I think British humor, it's the humor.
It is. This is American. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Because,
but I think it is quite British humor, actually.
And okay, let me do this because it's my show. I do whatever I want. This is something that I thought about lots of times, and I don't know if you ever thought it, but it's interesting how British things, don't get me wrong, they are made to last, and American things, they should be somehow they hit strong and fast, but they vanish faster. For instance, if you look at music groups or singers in the British universe, they last forever.
I mean,
Beatles,
the Rolling
U2,
Stones.
Rolling Stones, Sting, Elton John, Phil Collins. I can say, and you listen from an old song by Rolling Stones, Beatles, Queen. My God, how I didn't mention Queen. And by these days you hear, and oh my God, this is music. For instance, you go today and watch the Flying Circus from Monty Python, and it's crazy how the humor remains there. It's not, how can I say, that thing that like a firework who goes, explode, and I don't remember how it was nice, but I don't remember how it was. You can watch them now, and they still actual. They're like, okay, I understand this. It's crazy. This is it's a little bit spooky. So I think we two remaining a habit. Don't forget healthy and legal.
Okay. So this is a bit of a off the wall one, but healthy and legal. So I dabble in a little bit of ceramics. So I do hand building.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
yeah. So it's just a nice, totally different part of my brain to work, and it's a really nice thing to make things, see them come all the way through. It's a, but it doesn't matter, So I'm always saying this, it can go straight in the bin. I don't really
Oh, nice.
mind.
That's
But
nice.
yeah,
That's
it's
nice.
yeah. It's a fun, different kind of thing to do.
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely. And last one, but not the least, tool.
Oh, a tool. Um, I'm going to be boring, and I'm going to say Claude AI. Um, been using it a
Okay.
lot this week, and uh, we are a nimble but small team. So actually having tools like that is really helpful to us
Yeah,
to be
you
able to get
tell
a
me.
lot more
You
done.
tell
And
me.
yeah, so yeah, it's been a really good thing.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so almost there. Please, Laura, share with us where we can find you and eStreamly, please.
So yeah, you can find eStreamly. The best place for us is LinkedIn. So we're under eStreamly on there, and on the website we are get eStreamly.com. You can find me on LinkedIn too, at Laura Lashmar. It's quite an unusual name, so I'm quite an easy person to find. So yeah, that's probably the best
Okay.
places for us.
Thank you. Let me turn this way. Thank you so much, Laura, for joining us and all these explanations. They were pretty insightful. It was a really nice live show. Thank you so much for sharing this because I believe this is tools like yours. They are pretty useful for my audience. I believe that understanding the power of live streaming and all this integration with e-commerce or affiliates, it's huge because we know how difficult it is to monetize. I wouldn't say online. I think it's difficult to monetize everywhere.
Absolutely, absolutely. Getting the sale is difficult.
Absolutely. So thank you so much. We will stay in touch. Probably in the
Yeah.
next few months, I will have to address you another another invitation because there's always nice things to talk about. For instance, I had Nicholas twice, so you owe me one.
That's how it
But
works.
the next one you should talk in Portuguese, like Nicholas.
I wish. I'll get a
So thank
translator.
you. Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you so much. Let me see if I can put this on hold. There it is. Thank you so much for all of you watching. Don't forget tomorrow we will have the other content I have, the other show, the other podcast, which is live as well. O Criador Contente. It's in Portuguese, so if you want to learn, like Laura, if you are willing to learn Portuguese, my live show, O Criador Content, it's the right one. Thank you so much. If you are watching the replay, if you just tuned in right now, please leave the questions and me or Laura or someone else from eStreamly team will try to reply as fast as possible. So thank you so much. And by the way, let me know if you ever tried watching a live shopping event, if you are facing some challenges trying to monetize your business, okay? If you have products to sell, if you have services, if you are an affiliate marketing lover, let us know in the comments how are you doing, how are you facing the struggles, so we can know a little bit more about you. See you next week with another amazing guest. Till there, enjoy life and
And that's all, folks.
bye bye.